Hello, everyone. I do not feel good, but I wanted to vlog. So here we are starting this vlog. It is November 4th. I got back from vacation 2 days ago, and I want to go back. It's fucking cold in Canada. California was very warm. Anyways, this month I have a massive TBR. I have like 13 graphic novels / manga and a similar number of middle grades for Believeathon, and I also have I think 6 or 7 audiobooks for Indigathon. And yes, so it was basically my plan to destroy that TBR. I knew I wasn't going to be able to start the month out great because I was on vacation until the 2nd. And yeah, yesterday wasn't a great day. But I'm starting today. I promise. And I couldn't renew this, so I have to read this one first because it's due back at the library, I think, tomorrow. I'm probably going to take it back late because I mean, you can read mangas and graphic novels fast, but like this is a thick one. So it might take like a few hours. But we'll see. This is Wildly Popular Orange by Ichigo Takano. And from what I understand is this girl gets a letter from her future self because one of her classmates in the future commits suicide, and they're basically trying to change things so that that doesn't happen. People have mixed feelings on that just as a concept in general, so I'm gonna find out how I feel about it. And yeah, so I will continue updating this vlog as I read books. Isn't that how it works? Ciao. Hi. So here's what's happening. Today is the next day, November 5th. And I'm so sick. Like, I went to work today, but I was literally falling asleep at my desk and like having like chills. So probably staying home tomorrow. We're gonna call it a sickathon because I'm probably gonna be reading most of the day, but the goal is not gonna be like a normal readathon where you where you try to read as much as you can. It's just gonna be to be better by the end of the day. What? Revolutionary. Okay, so for orange, here, just gonna grab it. For orange, I am on I finished chapter 3. And so far, I think it's kind of cute and kind of funny. Also, like, sad. Of course, you knew it was going to be sad because of, like, the main plot line. One thing that was, like, kind of confusing me is, like, the chapters are called, like, letter 1, letter 2, letter 3, which implies that there are multiple letters, but you don't like see that happening. You like, it's just like she gets the first letter from herself at the beginning, and I kept wondering, like, especially after she started reading it, I kept wondering, like, why did she not read like the whole thing through immediately? It seemed like she just kept reading like a few lines of it, and then she would just wait and read like a few lines more like the next day. And I'm like, if you got a letter, you'd probably read it, the whole thing, all at once. I understand, like, for like it it's like the story is like being cohesive like by doing that, like because it wouldn't make sense for her to outline what happens on every day for like the next month at the very beginning, but it's still like a smidge unbelievable, or like that's what's not really making sense. Like, is she receiving multiple letters, or was it just like one big one at the beginning that she's just slowly reading, I guess. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna keep reading. And then I have another, so this one and Wires and Nerves Volume 2 were both due back today. And someone must have them on hold because it wouldn't let me renew them. So I need to read this one plus Wires and Nerves Volume 1 plus Wires and Nerves Volume 2 so that I can take them all back and get only minimal late fees. So that is my plan. And then if I finish all of those, I'm probably either going to continue on with my reading of God's Grave, or I'll start The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. Yeah. Okay, that is my update. Ciao. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sickathon. It's like 11 a.m. I got up, I have laundry going, that's what that noise is, if you can hear that. I ate, I showered. I'm feeling like a little bit better than I was last night, but when I woke up I had like sinus issues, and I still have this headache that hasn't gone away for like a few days, even though I'm taking like pills, or maybe it has gone away for a little bit and then it just keeps coming back. Anyways, so last night I almost finished Orange. Like, I'm very close. So I think this this book is like the complete collection number 1. I think it's taking me to like volume 12. I think that's the last one. Something like that. So I'm still liking it. It's very cute. We have learned that Naho, who is the main character, she is not the only one that has received letters from her future self. Suwa, which is a boy character, also has received letters from his future self and is helping, which makes sense because lots of times when she would read, you know, what the letter told her to do, like, Suwa was already like jumping ahead to do it, and she was like confused. So, but yeah, they talked about it and it makes sense. I think like his arc is very sad, because so far it's like we're trying to pair together, what's his name? Kakeru, I think that's what his name is, the main character. They'll have like, man, I'm like the worst with names. What? Of course, this page has everyone's name on it except for his. Oh, there. Kakeru. He is the one that's like supposed to die, or supposedly like commit suicide in the spring. Like, I think they're in the summer right now, like, or maybe September. So yeah, we passed September, and I think it's like February 15th they skipped to the end. And I was right, what I said before about like, I thought it was weird, like, why didn't she read the whole letter? And it was right, like, because I was right, because then when her and Suwa were talking about it, she flipped to the end, and she actually said, like, I've only been reading like one day at a time kind of thing. Okay, Naho, whatever. But yeah, it is cute, and I kind of want to find out if he gets past like February 15th, where he had committed suicide before. But you know, like with depression, like just because they've made some changes and basically they're aware of his depression, that doesn't mean that, like, you know, like if he doesn't go and seek professional help for it, he's not going to be just cured just because they're being extra nice to him and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think this is I mean, they're on the right track, but like not really in that sense, because yeah, if he's at the point where he's like thinking about suicide, like he should be going to see a doctor, because that's not right. But yeah, well, I think I only have about 20 pages left, and then I'm done. And then I'm going to edit my TBR video and set that to exporting. And then I am going to start, is this volume 1? Yeah, Wires and Nerves, volume 1 by Marissa Meyer. And yeah, so I will update again later. Bye. Hello, and welcome to the end of sickathon. What's the date? Is today the 5th or the 6th? I don't know. Anyways, okay, I finished Orange earlier today. Yeah, basically in the last 20 pages that I had to finish there, you just found out something that I suspected from the very beginning, and it wasn't overly exciting. I'm not really sure what to rate it. I did think it was cute and funny. I don't know. I just threw a 4-star in Goodreads, but I think it's probably like a 3.5. It didn't like wow me or anything, but it did just like end right there, so I need to read because I want to see if what the changes that they made like affect for Kakuru. I also read the entirety of Wires and Nerve Volume 1 by Marissa Meyer. This is a continuation of like the Lunar Chronicles from where it left off there. And this is following Iko, the android friend of Cinder. And she is on Earth, and she's hunting down the like mutant soldiers, the wolf soldiers that were left behind on Earth, because they kind of like went into hiding, I guess, and they're causing lots of problems and they're killing people and stuff. So she goes and she's like hunting them and trying to get them all sent back to Luna to get them help and stuff. And yeah, I liked it. I like it just as much as I like the Lunar Chronicles. It was cool to see visual representations of all the characters. They definitely didn't look like how I pictured them in the comic, but I thought that was cool because obviously Marissa Meyer wrote it, so it's her vision, and so for her that's what her characters look like, so I think that was pretty cool. I have volume 2 here. I didn't start it yet. I was planning on reading that one today too, because it's this one, volume 2, which is overdue from the library now. Someone must have it on hold because it won't let me renew it. So I do need to read this soon, maybe tomorrow, and then get it back to the library this weekend. Then I started the The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. This one is going to work for both Indigathon and Believeathon for middle grade. I read the first 11 chapters and I'm buddy reading this one with my friend Sarah. I'm liking it so far. I'm remembering snippets of things that happened in the Percy Jackson series, which I read like a long time ago. It works for Indigathon because one of the three main characters of this book, Piper, she is a Cherokee. And, yeah, so we follow her. And also Jason, who has no memory. And, one other boy, Leo. And it's just kind of starting off almost the same way as Percy Jackson. I mean, different, but the same, whereas, like, they're fighting some monster right away who was posing as a classmate, and then they get taken to Camp Half-Blood, and they're like, what's going on? Like, where are we? What is this place? And everything's getting all explained. And yeah, of course, there's like a big quest and that needs to go on, and there's people that need to be saved, and it looks like Percy is missing, has been missing for a few days, and they need to find him. So yeah, I am still feeling quite ill. I probably can't afford to take another sick day, even though I kind of want to. Like, I really am not feeling good. But we'll see how I feel when I wake up, I guess. Yeah. I think that's all I have to say, but sickathon is over. I have tried to get as much rest as possible. I have napped. I have eaten properly. I have been drinking water. I have been taking medicine. Yeah. Alright, so I will let you know what I read tomorrow. Good night. Hello, vlog. It is Thursday, November 7th. Just ignore that. Just ignore the hair. Next time I'll wear a hat. I think I'm gonna go to bed right away. It's like 10:30. But I'm gonna tell you what I read today. I read Wires and Nerves, Volume 2. Gone Rogue. It's a pretty thick one. Graphic novel. And I really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. We continue the story that we left off in Volume 1, obviously. And we basically have these rogue, mutant wolf soldier type of people. And they want their leader, whatever. He is convinced that they should be able to undo the genetic modifications that were done to them. That the scientists should know how to do it. If they did it, they should be able to undo it. But that's not the case. Even I was just like making my own comparisons in my head to like not like it's real life, but like to like X-Men stories like Wolverine, right? Like how they made him have like titanium in his bones. Like imagine if they took that out. Like that's just it's not possible. Like he'd just get torn apart to take the titanium out. I mean, maybe he'd be okay because he has the healing powers too, but like anyways, it was really good. I liked it, and the story seems finished now, like finished, like happily ever after kind of thing. And so I don't think that there's going to be any more, like, from the Lunar Chronicles at all. Like, I think that this is it. But I mean, you never know, I guess, right? I guess I should say that I was thinking about it, and like, I really didn't really like the art style. But I like the story a lot. Like, I don't know. I just thought that the way that they drew the characters, like, I couldn't picture, like, what a person would look like. Like, it doesn't look like how people look. I just didn't like it. I don't know. They don't look how I imagined them, but then, like, I feel like they don't even, like, when I look at the drawings, I try to think of, like, what that might look like if they were real, and I can't, like, I don't know. A lot of sorry. That's how I get when I don't know what to say. Don't know how to express myself. But I guess that's the only thing. Like, it was blue scale. It's not, like, full color. Like, everything's tinted blue. It's like blue, gray, black, and white. Yeah, I guess that's the only thing. But it did definitely, like, bother me more, like, in the first volume, but I guess I just kind of got used to it. And yeah, I was more concentrating on the story in this one. So yeah, I still give it 5 stars, even though I didn't really like how they drew the characters. I read 11 more chapters of The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. Like, just like any other Riordan, I think we have a lot going on in the plot. It's keeping up, like, its decent pace. They've left the camp and started on their quest, and they've kind of done the first part of it, and they're traveling again to the second. But of course, there's always obstacles and everything that they have to go through. And we have this cool dragon who's, like, our buddy. And right now we're not sure if he's okay. I think they crashed. And yeah, so they're going to go look for this guy and see if he's okay, see if they can repair him. But yeah, I'm liking it. It's great. Yeah. I don't want to spoil, like, the plot. Like, I'm really bad for that, for just saying exactly what's happening in the book and spoiling the plot, but I am liking it. There are, like, most of the characters are keeping secrets. Jason is, like, the main one, and he's the son of Zeus, and he seems like he's lost his memory, but, like, he knows some things, but then he doesn't know, like, anything about himself, really. Like, he doesn't have, like, memories, but he has, like, knowledge, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah, like, he just started, like, talking in Latin, and he, like, didn't know that he could talk Latin, but he could. So I'm wondering if, like, he is keeping anything secret. And there's something going on with, like, Greek gods versus Roman gods, and I'm wondering, like, what's gonna come of that. Like, what I think, and I don't know if this is maybe because I've been spoiled before, but I want to say that we're gonna find out that there's a whole nother, like, Camp Half-Blood, where there's kids that are the sons and daughters of Roman gods, as opposed to the Greek gods. Like, at the Camp Half-Blood, we know, with Percy Jackson, all the gods are referred to by their Greek names and all that other crap. But, like, Jason really seems to be from, like, more of, like, a Roman time, and he knows all the gods by their Roman names, like, recognizes them, and he speaks Latin and things like that. And yeah, so that's what I'm thinking, is we're gonna find out that there are people looking for him, probably where he's from. Yeah. So that's my wild guess. There is nothing in the story that has really suggested that, but it's just weird, like, that he keeps making references to, like, Roman mythology instead of Greek mythology. And that's obviously going to lead somewhere. So we're going to see. So I guess I'm not quite halfway. But Sarah and I are reading this together, except I'm, like, way, way ahead of her. But we said we were going to try to read 11 chapters a day just to kind of get through it in a week. And the reading is going way faster for me than, like, an adult book would. So I've read my 22 chapters, and tomorrow I'm going to read 11 more. So I'm going to be going to sleep right away, but maybe I'm going to read a couple more chapters of God's Grave. I'm getting to the end. I'm about to start chapter 24. And I'm just going to keep reading a couple chapters a day just to try to get through it. The next comic that I'm going to read is Dear Woman. So this I'm reading for Indigathon. And just like because I wanted to read more comics and graphic novels and stuff. And so this is supposed to be an comic anthology by Indigenous women. And so, yeah, I'm really interested to read this one. And that's where I'm at. So I'll update you tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, it is Sunday, November 10th. And so it's been a few days. So it is time for an update. I just finished The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. This was good. It was exactly what I was expecting. It was a lot of what I remembered about Percy Jackson. Like, the plot was like bam, 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 bam. The characters were like well fleshed out. We have backstories for all three of the main characters so far. We have a plot that is clearly going to be overarching through all 5 books from the series, but then we had like a smaller plot quest that was like finished and wrapped up by the end of the book. So we know where we're going while also having some like conclusion, finality. I feel like I would be okay just reading this and like leaving it and never reading the rest of the series if I wanted to. Like, I wasn't that compelled to continue what I predicted in an earlier update, where there are going to be 2 camps of kids, like one camp of Romans and one camp of Greeks. And basically what they've done is they've switched out. Jason came to the Greeks and he doesn't have his memory, and then Percy's missing, so he's gone obviously to the Romans, probably doesn't have his memory either, because they need to unite the 2 groups. And so this was Hera's plan, and that is like, I guess that like halfway through this book, and that's like they revealed it at the end, and that's kind of like what's gonna happen. That's the larger overarching plot. And so, I mean, I feel like, it's middle grade, so the good guys are gonna obviously win. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm like too super excited to like continue, because yeah, it is just middle grade, and I'm sorry, just middle grade, but like, it's not like it didn't blow my mind or anything. It was good, and it kept me interested, and it was kind of fun. But yeah, it's nothing life-changing. I think I gave it 4 on Goodreads, but it's probably more like a 3.5. It is cute. I definitely loved like Festus. That's this dragon thing here. And I think I liked Leo's character the most, but they're all like pretty cool. Um, yeah, that was that one. And then I read Dear Woman, an anthology. This had some really cool, like it had like it's basic, oh god. It does a lot of short little like comics from all different authors. Obviously, that's what an anthology is, Kylie. And some of the art styles were like scary, and some of the stories were like graphic. But then some of them were cute. I liked this one. I liked most of them. Let me just. Yeah, I did like this one. Was kind of, the art was scary. I did like most of them. There was a couple of them that I didn't understand, just probably because I just don't understand I don't have like the like myths background for like Native American like mythology or whatever. Um, so yeah, but I don't know. I give it 4 stars. It was short little comics to do with like Native women and basically the struggles that they go through and things like that. So would recommend picking that up. That was really cool. And what else am I reading? On Friday at work I started The Grief Keeper by, I think her last name is Villasante, on audiobook. So I haven't like made more progress, but I think I got like a third of the way through, and I'm really, really liking it. I'm not quite sure what the genre is supposed to be. Maybe like it's because it's kind of sci-fi, but it's basically about this. There's a 17-year-old, and then she has a younger sister with her who's much younger. Like I want to say like not like younger than 10, I would think. Yeah, and they came over like the southern U.S. border, and they're trying to, oh my gosh, what's that called? They're trying to, like, it's too dangerous, like back home where they're from. Like their brother was killed, and the gangs are, have threatened their lives and stuff like that. So they're running to escape, and yeah, so they were able to cross into the United States and travel for like quite a while before they got caught. And then she had this interview. She figured they were going to be denied, and they ran away again, and they got caught, but they got offered this deal, and it's like they've come up with some technology to help like veterans and basically like people with like severe like PTSD, and like I think it's meant for people with PTSD, but it's like not clear. So they've put like, they told the 17-year-old that if she helps them with this, like to do this study, then they'll let them stay, like they'll let them be residents of the US, and she's just got to help them with this study for like a month. And I'm like, ooh, oh god, this just like reeks like of like, just they're just using her, like she doesn't really know what she's getting into. So they implanted like a chip in the back of her like neck, and basically it's so whoever with PTSD is also having a chip, and then when they have like an episode, it's supposed to like transfer the emotional pain, like somehow. It's obviously sci-fi because this isn't real. Like transfer it to her. So it's supposed to like lessen what they feel and then transfer it to her, and she's supposed to like feel feelings, like be sad and things like that. but not actually, like, obviously she's not supposed to, like, hear and see and, like, have, like, visions and things like that of the things that they experience. Like, that's not supposed to happen, but that's what is happening. Yeah. And I don't, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm, like, not much further than that, but, like, I'm like, oh my god, but what effect is this gonna have on her, the person that they're transferring the stuff to? Because they don't think that she's gonna have any effects other than just, Iska kind of, like, fucks with her emotions. And I'm like, no, like, this is, like, you're gonna give her PTSD. Like, it's, yeah. So, oh, like, I was really into that. And yeah, I'm gonna keep going with that on Monday. And that was good that I switched because, like, King of Scars was, I don't know, like, I was liking it, but I just wasn't, like, so into it. I just wasn't caring about it right now, so maybe I'll, like, pick it up later. I'm not sure, but that one might count for my Indigathon, the Villasante one. I'll have to check if, like, Brody had it on their list of, like, recommendation ones. I feel like they did have it on their list. Because they were accepting, like, indigenous authors, so, like, if Villasante is, like, indigenous Mexican, or because I know they're Latina or Latinx, so, but I'm not sure if they're, like, indigenous or not. So if they are, then that will count towards my Indigathon. I'm still, like, working on God's Grave a little bit. I'm on page 300, which is the start of, I finished part 2 on to part 3. And so, yeah. So I've signed up to do, like, for Rachel Marie's Winter Quest. I'm going to read Dark Dawn, I think. And so that's the first week of December, the 2nd to the 8th, I think. And that, so I need to have God's Grave done this month. I need to just kill it, just get it done, so that I can do Dark Dawn the first week of December. And then I'll finally be done that trilogy. But next, I think, because that Percy Jackson one was, like, my thickest middle grade for Believe-a-thon. So I want to get through some smaller ones. So I picked 3 smaller ones, and that's what I am going to work on next. So the first one is also an Indigathon read, Walk Two Moons by Sharon Creech. And so I think it's about a little girl who's looking for her mother. Yeah. And it's like fairly short. And then I also have The Breadwinner by Deborah Ellis. This is like I think this is considered a classic. Maybe like a modern classic. It won, like, a whole bunch of awards, more than 2 million copies sold worldwide. Yeah, so this is basically, like, in their family, the father gets taken away to jail or something, and so there's no one to, like, earn money for their family, so the little girl pretends to be a boy, so that she can make money so that her family can survive. And it takes place, I think, in Afghanistan. Yeah, and very short. And then I have a little lighter novel, hopefully, but Steph Soto, Taco Queen. And so Steph's family owns a, like, taco selling, like, food truck type of thing. And so she's known for that and doesn't like it. And then I think what happens is that the taco truck, there's some sort of, like, problem with, like, the city and, like, zoning and something, and they might not be able to, like, do the taco truck anymore, which would be, like, a big deal for her family, like, financially. So then she goes on a mission to, like, save the taco truck. Yeah. So those are my next 3 children's books. And I got one for Indigathon there too. So that works. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working on next. And I think I'm just going to do today's Sunday, and I started this vlog on Tuesday. So I'm just going to update you tomorrow on what I read for the rest of tonight, and then tomorrow, and then that's going to be the end of the vlog. I'll just do every week for this month. And then I'll post it on Friday like I normally post. Yep. Okay. Well, good night. Hello. It is Monday, November 11th at 11 p.m. So we are going to wrap up this week's vlog. Today I finished God's Grave. It was so good. I've been reading it for about a month, but I finally finished it. And yep, 5 stars. It was awesome. Can't really say much about it because it's the second in a trilogy, and so you're spoiling things and being super vague, but I will say that I didn't find anything that happened to be shocking. I was not shocked. 3 out of 4 of the things that happened in like the last 40 pages I had previously guessed. So I was not super surprised about that happening. Okay, anyways, then I took my kids to the library today. Had to take back Orange. Someone else had it on hold. And when I was there, I picked up this one that I had on hold called Grimoire Noir. Super, like, creepy art style. Well, not art, the whole art style, just like the creepy, floaty spirit things. Is there some there? Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I needed something to read while my kids were in the library, so I just started reading this, and I read the whole thing. So finished that today too. I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna give it 4 stars. Like I think it is a standalone because the plot was like completely wrapped up. Basically the little sister is missing. They live in a town, and most of the women in the town have like powers, kind of, but they are not allowed to leave the town. There's like some sort of spell surrounding the town to keep them in, and I don't know, it's just about this teenage boy trying to figure out what happened to his sister, but a lot of like creepy stuff going on. And yeah, can you see her there? That's a creepy spirit. And then there's the sister there. Yeah. I liked it, but it was creepy and I shouldn't have read it before bed. And then I like 3 chapters into Walk Two Moons by Sharon Creech. Okay, so that means this week that I have been vlogging, I have finished 5 graphic novels. That's this one, Grimoire Noir, Orange, Wires and Nerve Volume 1, Wires and Nerve Volume 2, and I also read Dear Woman. Okay, and then I completely finished oh my god, I'm blanking on the title, The Lost Hero, the Rick Riordan book that I read, and I finished God's Grave. So 6 books completely finished, like start to finish this week, and then God's Grave, which was maybe I think less than 200 pages of it that I read. So it was a really good week so far. This month is going great. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm going to be starting the next week's vlog tomorrow, and I'm going to, like I said, Walk Two Moons, The Breadwinner, and Steph Soto's Taco Queen. I'm going to get those 3 middle grade ones read. Then maybe I'll pick up a couple more comics. I'll be back at work tomorrow, and at work I am listening to The Grief Keeper by Alexandra Villasante, and also King of Scars. And once I'm done those, I think I'll be moving on to There by Tommy Orange. So I think my goal for next week is maybe at least 4 or 5 middle grades with maybe a couple of comics thrown in there, and then 2 audiobooks. Yeah, I think, or maybe 3 audio, maybe 2. Yeah, I don't know. I'm for sure gonna finish The Grief Keeper next week, but I don't know if I want to keep going on King of Scars or if I just want to start something else, like Tommy or the There or Trail of Lightning. I can start anytime. Yeah. Okay, well, hope everyone had a good long weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Hi everyone, today it's Christmas and we are here doing our traditions. It was supposed to be my grandpa's birthday and it is, except he went away for a few days. So I'm with my mom. Now you talk because I talked already.
What should I say? I thought you were going to interview me. That means you ask me questions and then I answer them.
Oh, okay. This is my mom sheet. I'm going into Bluefoot. So, what do you like to do at Christmas?
I like to bake cookies.
Do you have any kids? I'm not your kid.
Yes, I have 2 kids.
What are their names? You can't have me as your kid in the game.
It's not a game. Oh, it's Yana and Luna.
No, someone else. I'm Mama Lena.
Okay.
So tell them.
Mama Lena and Luna.
And what's your favorite? What do you do with them at Christmas? I hold it.
We watch Christmas movies.
What's your kid's favorite movie at Christmas? The Grinch?
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe like Sophia has a Christmas show that we watch, or Belle Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
My favorite... Wait a minute. Wait.
I'm trying to stay in the camera because you're making it all you.
So, I went downstairs.
Hello, I'm here too.
So.
What other questions are you gonna ask me?
What other questions are you gonna ask?
Mwah. Love you.
You kissed my ear.
Yeah. I can't even see you anymore. Back up and put your arm out. Don't let go of it though. There. Ask a question.
Wait, I'm showing my teeth first.
No, get out of here.
Did they see my butt?
No. It's showing your head and not your butt. No, we're not showing your butt on the camera. We're not showing your butt on the camera. No. I'll shut it off. Do you want to interview me still?
Yeah. What do you do with your kids at Christmas?
What?
What's your Christmas to-do list? Like, what's your Christmas?
Well, we really need to bake cookies. We're behind on that. Need to get some presents. Need to wrap them. We wrote our letters to Santa, but we need to mail them. Yeah.
What is your Christmas traditions to do?
Traditions?
Yeah.
Well, what do we do? Do we have traditions? Some of the things that we do every year. What do we do?
Sometimes I'm a viewer. I'm not actually a kid, but I am.
Just answer. What are our traditions? What do you think?
Traditions? No, you envy me. Our traditions is sometimes we go to grandma's for Christmas, and we have family time. Sometimes we go to our dad's. Sometimes. And now, what else would you like to ask me?
We drive around and always look at the lights.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
What else? No, you have to tell me. What do I do?
What's your favorite Christmas story to read?
Oh, my favorite story, I forget, but it's like a chapter one.
Oh, but what's the story about?
It's like about like a little kid, and then like he'll get lost, and then the family finds him, and they take him.
Oh, he gets a new family?
Yeah. He gets a dog.
A dog?
Yeah. I can go and find it.
Okay, well, should we say goodbye?
No.
It's already a 5-minute long video. How many hours are we going to record?
What out?
What, sweetie? Okay, I have to go help her, so you take this. You tell.
So
the
we
camera
are
our
so
treat.
good.
You don't like this one? Here. Close it. This one. Okay, so.
No, that's great. So, how